Ladies and gentlemen, I proudly welcome you to Marley State of Mind. You know what the fuck it is. You know what time it is, motherfucker. Let's go.
It's a motherfucking podcast. Yeah, it's a motherfucking podcast. Hey, it's a goddamn podcast. Yeah, it's a motherfucking podcast, bitch. Yeah, it's a podcast, bitch. It's a goddamn podcast.
What's happening? What's happening? We're live again for another exciting episode of Marley State of Mind. Shouts out to my man Mo for that intro. That's crazy. I got the original intro track. That's fire.
Shit's so fire.
Came bearing gifts. That's hot. And it's funny because I had Mo on the last show, and the way I heard about you was I was talking to the homie Mo, and we were talking about music and who's hot and who's fire. He's like, bro, you gotta check out my man JT Fritz, because you were JT Fritz at that time, right? And we'll get into that too. But I was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, he's fire, bro. He's like, he's young, he's out here making noise. He's like, you're gonna fuck with him. So I got into your catalog. I started looking around on YouTube. You got hella videos. I see you working.
Yeah, I haven't done a video in a while. I gotta get back on that shit.
Yeah. I see you as young boy.
Yeah, bro. I was like 16 in that.
So I seen the YouTube videos, and I'm checking those out, and it's fire. I mean, everything I'm seeing is fire. I see you do a lot of collaborations as well too, right?
Yeah,
that's fire. And then I started checking on your streaming and all that, and you're up there, you're streaming. You know what I mean? You're doing everything proper, like. And I liked what I heard, so I bring to you, ladies and gentlemen, Jody Graves.
What's good, y'all? What up, internet?
Hell yeah, man. How you feeling tonight?
Bro, I'm chilling. I'm stoked to be here.
Yeah, man. I'm glad to have you, for real.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, man, I was a fan instantly. You know what I mean? And you coming from where I come from was even more special. I always love to see that.
Yeah, man. Steveville's a small place.
It's a small place, but it's so much talent in that small place.
So much untapped potential, bro.
And you're doing your part in that to make sure that it gets heard, bro, and you're doing it the right way. So you said you were like 16 in some of those videos, bro?
Yeah, so I started putting shit out when I was like 15.
15.
Freshman year of high school. So
yeah.
Those music videos, I was like 16 in,
yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. And like, what made you start doing music to begin with on that level to where you said you wanted to start shooting videos and things like that?
Shit, I don't know. I had my freshman year, like the whole summer before that, I was just like, I just started like recording myself for the first time and like trying to make something. And I don't know. At that point where I started doing the videos, I'd been putting shit out for a while, like a little over a year.
Right.
And I was about to start putting shit on streaming on like Spotify.
Yeah.
And a lot of the old music was on Spotify at one point, but I ripped it down when I switched names just because, I don't know, I wasn't quite there yet. I don't think I was ready yet.
Right.
But yeah, so I was about to just start putting shit on Spotify, and I was like, dude, let's just do. I met my boy Connor, who's a videographer.
Yeah, I seen Connor shot the videos, some of those early videos for you.
Yeah, no, he's one of my best friends ever. He's such a good kid, and he's nuts at what he does. But yeah, we just linked up. We did a photo shoot together, and he had a camera, and we just started kicking it every day. And I was like, yo, let's just like shoot fucking videos.
Yeah.
Just start like cranking out videos.
Yeah, now so you covered a lot there. So like you started ripping down some of that old music you said off of the streaming. Do you plan on re-releasing that now, or
it's all on SoundCloud still?
It's all on SoundCloud. So people can still get some of that music.
Yeah, like I'm gonna leave it up on SoundCloud. Most of the old shit I'm gonna leave up on SoundCloud just for like the real OGs and the diehards to go dig through and find.
Absolutely.
But
for sure.
I don't know. When I rebranded to Jody Graves from JT Fritz, I just wanted to like have my best foot forward musically.
So that was like your evolution there?
Yeah, I didn't want to completely forget about all the shit that I had done up to that point, but I wanted a clean slate in a way.
Yeah.
So I kept like my album that I did, and I kept a bunch of the old like singles and shit. And now I just kept like the shit that I don't hate now.
Yeah, for sure. And you changed. So I guess first and foremost, what brought about the name change? Do you smoke? Do you partake?
No, I can't.
Okay. No,
I started getting paranoid as hell, bro.
Sure, bro. It's not for everyone. I can dig it.
What's up, bro? I'm Jody. But fuck, where were we?
No, I'll go. What brought about the name change?
Oh yeah. So
because you were formerly JT Fritz. So for those diehards that might be looking for that old music, go ahead and tap in.
Yeah, facts. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to like, I don't know. I got a little older because I started JT Fritz when I was 15, bro.
Yeah.
Freshman year of high school, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Right, for sure.
So I got on Jody Graves. I don't even know how I came up with that shit.
Yeah, just came to you.
I was just flipping between names that sounded cool to me, and I was like, yeah, Jody Graves is kind of sick.
Yeah, for sure.
So I rocked with that. And then I just wanted to like kind of separate myself from, I don't know, just being a kid and fucking around with music versus now like I'm trying to take this shit way more seriously.
Yeah, so it's an evolution of you.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a difference in the two artists, JT Fritz and Jody Graves?
For sure. Well, I don't know, kind of. I think Jody Graves is kind of everything that I wanted to do back then.
Right. What prevented you from doing that back then? Was it your skill set?
Yeah, I just didn't know what the fuck I was doing, bro. Like I've mixed and mastered and done everything. I haven't produced everything, but I've mixed myself, recorded myself, mastered myself from the jump pretty much, minus a few songs.
Yeah, so all the stuff I would have heard, is that all your engineering, mixing and mastering? That's crazy. The quality sounds real good, for sure, if that's the case.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy. What do you record on?
I do so I make beats too. I've done a lot of production for myself. And
for real?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy, bro.
I don't produce for myself as much anymore because I just got obsessed with like recording and songwriting and shit like that. And I felt like, I don't know, like there was one point last year I was making a song every day for like 2 months straight. I got like 50 songs on the vault.
That's good, man.
But and I was just finding beats that I liked that were kind of fitting what I wanted to do and just laying shit down on top of those. But so I do my production in Ableton.
Okay.
I make beats in Ableton. And then I record all my vocals in FL. And I know a lot of motherfuckers don't like FL, but
yeah, talk about it.
Shit works, bro.
Yeah.
I like the stock shit in FL too. I think Sound Goodizer is a really good plugin. It's kind of an exciter and a saturator. It sounds real good on vocals. So
did you teach yourself how to engineer, like how to mix and master?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yourself?
I just kind of back when I started recording like a song a day and shit, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna teach myself how to mix. I'm gonna like really like lock in on this shit and figure it out. I just downloaded like a real old free like vocal template and just kind of learned, like took it apart.
Yeah.
And then rebuilt it to
like reverse engineered it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you use like YouTube videos for tutorials?
Yeah.
So for like younger artists who are coming up and trying to do this themselves and might not have a lot of money to start up, this might be something that's key to them. Like, damn, how do I get started? Like, was it different YouTube tutorials you were going to?
Pretty much.
To figure out these systems?
Yeah, I've seen fucking a million different mixing tutorials, production tutorials, a bunch of shit. Like, and I mean, honestly, for like kids just starting out and shit, like, you just got to keep doing it. Your ear gets better the more you do it. You learn what to look for in a mix, how to pick it apart, fucking how to use like a compressor and shit.
Yeah.
And I still don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I know it sounds good to me.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it. Like, it does sound good, bro. I'm surprised to hear that you're doing all of that yourself and you're self-taught in doing that. And that's dope, man. That's something to be said. Now, did that come from like necessity? Like because you didn't have a studio to go to or access?
Yeah, I've recorded like one song in a studio ever, and it's unreleased. It's gonna come out, mode to the beat on it. That shit cranks, bro.
Yeah,
I'm so stoked on that one. But
was that when I seen you guys down ID Labs?
Nah,
that night?
Nah, we went into Afterthoughts room. We were just listening to a bunch of his unreleased, trying to put together shit for him.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I recorded at Rhythm House one time, and I want to keep recording there because it's a beautiful spot they got down there.
Okay, I'm not familiar with them. Who's down Rhythm House?
That's Modi and Friends Part 2. That's where we play.
Oh, okay, that's fire. Rhythm House. Yeah, shout out to them, man, for sure. That's a dope ass venue. Talk about Rhythm House a little bit because it is a dope ass spot for sure.
Yeah, I know. I love all the folks down there. Shout out X. X is an incredible engineer.
Mm-hmm.
Super fucking talented. Shout out Tom. Shout out Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're great down there, man. They got a beautiful space.
Yeah, so we went down there for Modi and Friends. That was Mo's show where you performed.
Yeah.
Shonsky performed. Shout out to him and a lot of other great performers. Forgive me for leaving anyone out who I may have left out. But that place is like a multiplex. So they have the performance area where we were at. They also have the recording studio area, and they also have like a podcasting area. So that's real dope. Kind of like here at BunchaBull Studios.
Yeah.
Shout out BunchaBull Studios. We have
Shout out BunchaBull.
Same type of multiplex thing going on. So for sure.
No, but yeah, they're killer down there, man. They got a beautiful venue. Fucking the live room's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
X is a genius with the sound.
Yeah.
It's a good time down there, man. But yeah, so I recorded one song there. I did one session there. That's the only studio session I've ever done.
How do you feel like letting other people record you? Is it nerve wracking having someone else engineer it?
Nah, I loved it. So with that one, he just recorded it and then he sent it to me, and I mixed like kind of a rough version, but I didn't really know what I wanted to do with the vocals, and then I sent it to Mo, and Mo mixed it, and he fucking bodied the mix.
Dope.
And then we're gonna get, I don't know, we're shooting to get somebody fucking super sick with the master to master it.
Yeah.
But no, I loved it. It was a great experience. I'd never like been in a room. I don't know, because for the past fucking like 5 years of me recording music, it's always just been me in my room recording myself, just by myself. And having X in there, like I went in with the song mostly written. I had like one spot that wasn't written, and I had an idea of what I wanted to do with that bridge section in there, but I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do.
Right.
So it was just me and my boy Connor. We went down and we did a session with X, and we just bounced ideas back and forth, and he came up with some cool shit to do with the bridge. I came up with, me and Connor kind of bounced lines back and forth for that one section in the second verse. And no, it was great. Like I loved it. It was super fresh for me.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. It was probably nice to not have to mess with anything and just go in there and record and be an artist.
No, yeah, and it was nice to be able to get into like an actual fucking like treated room, and be able to stand up and just go ham.
Yeah, and the room's huge too. And Bob, that's the owner, right?
Yeah.
Bob explained to me about the acoustics in there. He's real like meticulous when it comes to his sound. So I know whatever you recorded, he let me hear a few of the mixes that they had down. I know whatever you recorded sounds crazy. So we look forward to you dropping that.
Yeah,
I know we want to play some music you got today. We'll play some of the stuff you have streamed. I don't even know what the joint is.
It's right there. But you have an eye.
I do.
I didn't know if you were playing off yours or if you were playing off yours. I just gotta get some of that.
I got the iPhone too, gang.
For sure. But we're definitely going to get into some of your music so we can familiarize people with that.
Hell yeah.
So I know you got the singles right now. I seen you had the 3 singles up. It looks like you collabed on all 3 of those singles.
My top.
Except for the one single, it's all you. Bad for Me.
Yeah. Bad for Me is the newest one. I put that shit out in March.
Okay.
But my most streamed songs for the most part are collaborations.
Yeah. How do you come about collaboration? These artists that you know personally?
Yeah.
These people that reach out to you?
So the way DM Ultra worked was.
Yeah, that sounds fire.
Thanks, bro. I fuck with that song too. My boy Lurk, it's my boy Mike. We went to high school together.
Okay.
And he has like 140K on Spotify right now. That's
crazy.
Nuts. But we went to high school together, and then he introduced me to the other dude on the song, Shot Jr. Me and Lurk had that song for like a year.
Oh, bro, you've been sitting on it.
Yeah, and then
Who did the production on there? That production's fire.
That's my boy Place.
Okay.
He's from Canada. He's a producer.
Okay.
But so we had that song for like a year, and then he introduced me to Shy, and I was just like, yo, you want to hop on this like kind of hyper pop type shit we got?
Yeah.
He got on it. I mixed our vocals together, and then
that's how that mixing for this?
Yeah, I engineered that one.
Fire.
And then solo was my boy Layan. We both entered a beat battle, and he was the winner, and he was the only one who commented on my beat.
Yeah.
So I hit him up, and I was like, yo, let's get some work in. Like, you kind of have a similar sound to me.
Right.
Like, I kind of do similar stuff the way you do. So he sent me that song. I got on it, and then we put that shit out in April of last year. It just went crazy. And then Billy Joe, my boy 27 Club from Pittsburgh.
Yep. Yeah.
I've been a fan of his since like freshman year. Just always following him. And then I fuck with him. But and I just like bought a feature off of him a couple years ago.
You invested in yourself.
And and then
that's important.
Well, and then what happened was we ended up becoming really tight friends.
Yep. Yeah.
And we just kicked it a bunch of times. We put the song out, and to this day, like, he doesn't live in Pittsburgh anymore, but I go out and see him all the time. Like, he's one of my best friends.
Yeah, that's important. Like, a lot of people are afraid to invest in themselves, and they miss out on opportunities by not investing in themselves. And it's key that you said that. You paid for the feature because you seen the value in him.
Yeah.
And then off of that feature, and you seen the value in him, you did the music. He enjoyed the music. He seen the value in you, And now you guys have built a bond because you weren't afraid to invest in yourself, and it paid off double fold.
Yeah, well,
or maybe even more.
And what was fire about that song was I didn't even give a fuck if it got 10 streams, bro. I just wanted to get him on a song with me.
Right.
I didn't care if we never dropped it.
Mhm.
I was just like, I fuck with what you do heavy. And like he also makes similar shit to what I make. So I was like, fuck it, bro. Like, let's get one in.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I just wanted, honestly, on some fan shit, I just wanted to hear our voices on the same song.
That's dope. And it worked out for you. So I'm definitely a fan of that, bro. And like for artists coming out, don't be afraid to invest in yourself. Like you don't know what the you don't know what fruit it's going to bear at the end of the day. So definitely do that. I want to get into this DM Ultra. We were talking about that first. We'll play DM Ultra for the people. You want to introduce this any further?
Shout out Lurk, shout out Shaw Jr., shout out Place, producer, fucking bodied the beat.
DM Ultra.
DM Ultra.
JT Fritz.
Working in the trenches like a special ops. I'ma spill his blood, pushing gas to the floor and I stop. Run up on him, put him in the ground and take his spot. He the last alive, pop that motherfucker with a neck swap. I feel when I'm facing my opponents, put the scar to my face, getting faded whenever I pull it. The emotion rearranging all my memories. I go deep when I know when I'm dirty. I'm doing all of these dirty. I won't show none of you mercy. Nobody in here is worthy. Swimming in blood in this murky space. You can see me, I'm lurking. I will kill all of you smirking, using my DM Ultra. Lurking in the trenches like a special ops. I'ma spill his blood, pushing gas to the floor and I stop. Run up on him, put him in the ground and take his spot. He the last alive, pop that motherfucker with a neck swap. I feel nothing at all. Break you. You say you know me, tell me that man is the next shit. If you said assistant, I would say don't get complacent. I've been making fire hits since I was in depression. Bottom common feeling till I got all of the fake shit. You've been throwing fire at me, but I'm used to all the smoke. Throwing punches at me, but you're missing all the fatal blows. How much on the 27 club? Who fucking knows? But at this point in time, I'm hanging with all my fucking bros. I'ma sell my first show. Working in the trenches like a special ops. I'ma spill his blood, pushing gas to the floor and I stop. Run up on him, put him in the ground and take his spot. He the last alive, pop that motherfucker with a neck swap. I feel nothing at all. I feel break you, we are. Sweet vibe.
Yeah, man. So yeah, DM Ultra, man. So the birth of Jody Graves brought us that one right there, and many more. We'll get in a couple more of them joints for sure. So you went on a journey. You 16 recorded music.
Yeah.
Were you streaming at that time when you first started recording? Or you just had the videos?
I was on. Well, when the videos came about, that's when I got on like streaming platforms and shit. But
So you were lit in school, huh?
the first, bro, and that's kind of the reason why I changed the name too. Was I fucking hated. That's the problem with like when you like tell kids in your high school that you make music and shit, and like that's all you become known for.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I was just fucking sick of kids. Like I'd see like some schmuck from in Sheets that I went to school with, and they'd be like, "Yo, what's up, JT Fritz?" It's like, dog, fuck off. But no. So that was kind of why I changed the name too, was because I wanted to separate myself from just being like some high school fucking like kid who like just makes like rap music like every other kid.
Yeah.
And I just kind of wanted to like, I don't know. I just wanted to distance myself from that and kind of do my own thing.
Yeah, you're changing. You know what I mean? As you get older, you grow. And I know I use the word evolve, but that's what it is, man. You're evolving into something different.
Yeah, no, it feels like that for sure.
And you want to embrace that change in who you are, because you're not who they once knew.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
I'm nothing like that anymore, bro.
Yeah, you're a different person. So I can get how you want to make that separation, and I like it, man. I like the idea of it, and I understand that journey and the name change and how it can come to that, because there are a lot of artists that do that. You know what I mean? You're not gonna start off and your taste change. You know what I mean? You're not making the same music that you once made. and you're doing something to reflect that. So it's dope. But you're streaming music in high school. You're lit, right?
Yeah, kids kind of knew me. Like word got around.
Yeah. Do you think that helped, like being that young, being in school? It's probably not a lot of people streaming music at that time in your
Yeah,
school, right?
right. I mean, it definitely gassed me up at first
Yeah.
because it was like, I don't know, my first couple songs were dog shit,
Yeah.
horrible. I
Bad.
don't know what I was bad, bro, horrible. But they did numbers because I don't know. Every time, like when you're in a high school and a kid comes out with something,
Yeah.
like you're gonna check it out. It's a small town.
And they're gonna want to tell their friends too, like, "Oh, I go to school with this dude. Check this out."
Yeah, no, and that was funny as hell because like my first few songs did like they hit 1,000 real quick, and they were doing like 4 or 5K on SoundCloud, and
That's crazy,
then the numbers just straight like dropped off because kids did not give a fuck anymore.
Right. It just became like, oh yeah, he does that.
Yeah, no, that's literally all I became known for was just
Yeah.
like, all right, this kid like.
Hey, what's
sings
going on, bro?
sometimes.
What's happening?
What's bragging, Bobby Molly?
What's happening? Thanks for everybody tuning in, checking us out for sure. We're a bunch of Bull Studios. Got my guest Jody Graves in the building. If you're just checking us out,
Hell yeah, what's popping?
we're out here. He's letting us know a little bit about his journey and what he's going through. So I see you got the singles. Are you working on a project currently, or is that important to you?
So all right, yeah. So what up, Bobby? But I got like 8 songs that I'm gonna put out as singles over the summer and group them up as a project. And the first one comes out next Friday.
Okay.
I've been kind of teasing the cover art on my IG story a little bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna announce it tomorrow. But yeah, I got just like 7 or 8 songs ready to go
That's fire.
that are all kind of in the same lane as Bad for Me. They're all kind of like pop punk, alt rock kind of vibes.
Yeah. So, and I know you're versatile as hell, right? And you're doing different things.
Yeah.
And is that part of the change as well? Is like, what would you classify yourself as? Like, if someone had to say like, oh, he does this type of music.
Fuck, bro. That's a hard question to answer.
That's a hard. Yeah, I feel that. And plus, you don't want to pigeonhole yourself. If you don't want to say, fuck
Well,
it, don't.
yeah. Well, and my thing was like I had so many influences musically growing up and shit that
Yeah.
like I don't know. I think the biggest part of my evolution, or like the most important thing for me to overcome and grow into, was I just stopped giving a fuck about
Yeah.
trying to sound like something.
Yep.
Like I make music that I like to listen to now. I don't even make music to do numbers and like drop anymore. I just make shit.
You turned into a true artist now.
Yeah. Well,
You're doing it for the love of the art.
I just love making music.
Yeah,
I love the feeling when I get in the car after I'm done, when I demo something out and I play it back and I'm like, this fucking cranks.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Or when I finish the master and I'm like, yo, this is so hard.
Bobby asked where you're from, Joe. Do you want to tell Bobby where you're from?
Yeah, so I was born in Pittsburgh, and then I moved out to Connellsville with my folks. I don't even know how long ago.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking brick ago. I was a youngin' when I moved here. But yeah, so I'm from like Pittsburgh, Connellsville.
Yeah, Southwest.
Yeah.
Southwest PA in the house. But yeah, so what are some of your influences? Who did you listen to? Who inspires you? Like, what type of artists do you like to listen to? I know it's probably a gumbo pot of different things given the artist that you are.
Bro, my playlists on Spotify are a mess.
Right.
Like, you can't, no fucking like flow or continuity whatsoever with that shit. I'll put on like Chief Keef in the car, and then I'll put on fucking Dashboard Confessional.
Yeah, that's hard though.
But when I first got into music, I was really into like 3 Days Grace, Breaking Benjamin, fucking like Chevelle, kind of that like post-grunge or early 2000s wave. And then like my introduction to rap was Linkin Park.
Okay.
And just Mike Shinoda rapping.
Yep.
Then Chester is one of the craziest voices of all time.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace for sure.
But yeah, so my introduction to rap was like Linkin Park and kind of like fucking Limp Bizkit.
That's crazy. Like, given your age, for you to even catch wind of that type stuff, like
Yeah.
that's past your.
Yeah, no, it's weird as hell, bro. Like I feel like an old head sometimes when I listen to shit, because like I'll still listen to like Chocolate Starfish by Limp Bizkit in the car and shit.
Which is fire, yeah.
But no, that was just the kind of music when I like developed my own personal taste. Because when I first my first exposure to music was obviously with everybody, it's what your parents are listening to.
Right.
So my mom was super into like Elvis and like one of the earliest memories of music I have is like she had a Dixie Chicks CD,
Mhm.
and I just remember listening to them a bunch in the car with her. And then my dad was into like obviously classic rock,
Yeah.
and like he's real into like Dave Matthews Band and shit.
Were they artists themselves? Did they sing or play?
Yeah, so my first exposure to like music outside of just like listening to it was probably first was my grandpa, because he played in there's a place called Brownfield Community Center right outside of Dawson
Okay.
that he and him and my two uncles were in like a bluegrass cover band, and they used to play there every Tuesday, and that was like my first exposure to live music. They let me come up on stage one time with my little fucking like I don't like dollar store fucking ukulele and
Yeah.
don't even play chords, but just like sit
Jam
there
out.
and smack it and like sing and shit.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I was like 3, bro. But it was that and then my dad. So my parents were split. My parents split shortly after we moved here,
Mhm.
and I just remember like I had real bad separation anxiety as a little kid. Like I couldn't be away from my mom, and then once I was with my dad, I couldn't go back home. I'd get real fucking torn up about it. My dad used to play guitar for me all the time and calm me down and shit.
Yeah.
And he used to like this that fucking Billy Currington song that God is great, beer's good, and people are crazy
Yeah,
song.
yeah.
And we used to listen to that shit all the time. And he used to just play guitar for me, and I like that was my first like introduction into like.
Did it work? Did it help calm you?
Yeah, no, that was the first like time I ever like realized that music was a therapeutic thing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I just became like obsessed with it after that. I used to, as a little kid, fucking, I was like, I don't even know how I like picked up on like One Direction and shit.
Mhm.
But just like I was like 6 or 7, just like freestyling pop songs
Okay.
with like, and just doing like, I'd just be in the bathroom or like up in my like fucking swing set for hours, just like freestyling.
Making up your own songs.
Yeah, just freestyling straight pop songs
Yeah.
and shit.
So
But,
you've always been a creative. You've always been doing it.
I kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
Like unintentionally, I didn't even really know what I was doing. I was just like, I used to just like freestyle melodies to myself, and I liked, like, I knew how certain melodies and shit made me feel
Yeah.
and whatnot. So I always used to just like,
You probably even started associating that with like calming down. Like, damn, let me get some music to soothe me.
yeah, no,
Type
that's like when I first developed my own taste and got into like heavier shit.
Right.
That was like, it was an outlet for me for sure.
Right.
But what was the original question? My influences?
No, you answered it well. And about your family doing music, because the thing I find to be a common thread amongst most artists is the fact that their parents or someone in their family does music,
Yeah.
or they have some type of influence at home that did music, or had some type of association with music, and it's not uncommon at all. And the fact that you had that in your house is dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
From your from your grandfather's generation to your parents on down to you now. And I see you had the guitar in one of the videos. Do you play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my first instrument was a trombone in fucking 4th grade school band.
Okay.
And I played that, and my mom kind of made a deal with me. She's like, if you keep playing trombone, you can play guitar.
Okay.
You can
That's what
start
you really
taking-
wanted to get to, was the guitar.
Yeah, no, like I always like my dad always had extra guitars lying around, and there's like an old ass video of me somewhere on the internet of I recorded in my room. I'm not even like hitting the frets or anything, bro. I'm just playing open strings.
Yeah.
But no, I always wanted to learn how to play guitar. Like I loved that shit because one of my biggest influences is Billy Joe Armstrong of Green Day.
Mhm.
And I just like I had this they used to do these things called like paper jams, where it was like it was a toy. It was like a flat like 2D cutout of a guitar, and it had like preset songs in it that you could
Okay.
strum along to. And I remember I used to just leave it off all the time and pump like fucking Limp Bizkit and shit through my headphones and pretend I was playing along to it. And so like summer 2015, my mom started me out taking guitar lessons at Atkins.
Yeah.
Shout out Stephen Gallo.
Yeah. Shout
That's
out
my
Steve
boy.
Gallo, yeah.
But yeah, and I just became obsessed with it. Like I used to play like 6 hours a day, just trying to learn as much as I could. And especially because like I was always into like punk rock and like heavier shit. It was just like, dude, like God bless my parents, because as soon as we got home after school, just I had this like old ass like 10-watt Fender practice amp cranked all the way up. My guitar's not even in tune because for those who don't know, whenever a lot of metal music is in drop tunings and weird ass tunings, and whenever you have a Squire Strat with the stock strings on it, that shit does not hold those tunings. The strings are flopping around and shit, buzzing. But yeah, shout out my parents for dealing with me just fucking cranking away at guitar for years.
They were pretty supportive of your musical endeavors.
Yeah, they've always been that way. My dad has always been very much. My mom was more so on like trombone and like school band and like learning music theory like educationally and shit.
Yeah.
But my dad was just like, here's a fucking new guitar.
Rock out.
Go ham, bro.
Yeah.
He'd come upstairs. He'd hear me playing sometimes and he'd come upstairs and turn it up and shit. I'm just like,
for real?
Damn. Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, no, he like shouts out to them for real. They definitely nurtured that shit for me.
How important was that? How important is that to you being an artist today?
How my parents felt about it.
How they nurtured it.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't have gotten nearly as far in any of my musical development. Like, ever since I started putting music out, my parents have been like not as because they don't understand it.
Really?
Like my parents are mid-50s.
Yeah.
So they don't have any fucking clue how the internet works.
Yeah.
They're asking me like, what are you doing, CDs or
Yeah,
something?
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like, no,
release.
dude, Spotify.
You gotta make them some physicals, man.
I want to,
Put them some physicals.
but no, but even still, like they ask me, like my dad will just randomly go on fucking YouTube and go down the rabbit hole and see what I'm up to. It's funny as hell. Like we'll never talk about it until he'll just be like, yeah, I checked out that new shit you did. It's cool.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
No, that's important, especially like you started off at a young age and you were streaming. So I know your parents had to play a part in that and getting you to that because it's difficult to do that when you're that age because you don't have a credit card.
No. My dad, the Focusrite, the original interface that I had that my dad bought me fucking freshman year, I still have. He's the only reason I ever made beats to begin with because he bought me it was like Christmas 2017. He bought me one of those launch pads.
Yep.
And it came with the light version of Ableton 8.
Yeah.
Like, and I just like that was an obsession too. Like, I was obsessed with guitar growing up then, and then when I got that and started learning how to make beats and shit, I was making like 3 beats a day, bro.
Were you incorporating like live guitar into your beats?
No, because I didn't know how to do that yet.
Okay.
That took a while for me to do. That took like probably a year before I learned. Because, like, I've never gone into anything with music, like, learning how to do it first.
Yeah.
Because I'm an impatient fuckhead, bro. Like, I jump in that, and I'm just like, I'll figure it out.
I feel that.
Like, I just want to do it.
Yeah.
But, so the first, like, year me making beats was just, like, I don't know. I'd find loops I liked and put drums over it. I have, like, every version of the fucking OG Lex Luger drum kit ever on my dad's computer still.
Did you make beats for other artists? Do you make beats for other artists?
I do now. I didn't know any other artists back then.
Okay.
It was just like, it was me and then this kid that lives next door to me, like, kind of, like, always rap too. He's, we don't talk anymore, but he was another big introduction into rap music for me because he got me on, like, fucking Eminem, like, Ice Cube, shit like that.
Yeah.
50.
Was he older?
He's a couple years older, yeah. But and it's funny as hell because he's a Jehovah's Witness.
Oh yeah, he ain't supposed to be listening to that.
Nah, but
he probably going to your crib like, yo, we gotta listen to this.
No facts. he'd be like, bro, you gotta hear this Eminem verse and shit. Yeah. But no, he is like a real hip hop head.
Feel that. Like
he knows way more than I do about hip hop. I feel like my knowledge of music's very like spread out. Like I know a lot about a lot of different genres, but he is like a fucking hip hop Bible, bro.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
But so I used to just make beats for him and shit, just fucking around.
Yeah.
And like,
did y'all release some stuff? Or
nah,
we never. Still into it?
We never. He still makes shit. He I don't know what that guy's doing. I haven't talked to him in like 3 years. Yeah. We kind of fell out. Yeah. Nothing but love for him though. But
shout out to homie, the neighbor.
Yeah, shouts out Nathaniel, the fucking Jehovah's Witness rapper.
Yeah, feel that. He's doing it.
Yeah. No fucks given. But yeah, so I used to just make beats for him to write to, and I just make like just random shit, bro. I have an old ass SoundCloud dump of just like unmixed like
Beats.
garbage beats, bro.
Yeah.
But I was just like, this is just fun to me. Like I don't know. I woke up every day and I was excited to go make beats.
It sounds like music always gets you excited though. Like
Yeah.
you said you spent a lot of time practicing the guitar. You spent a lot of time making beats when you figured out how to do it. Just like learning new shit about music is just exciting for you. I know Bobby Mullen asked a while ago, my bad, bro. But he asked about any local artists that you like to listen to, if any.
Obviously, Mo, my fucking guy.
Love the Natural.
Yeah. Who else is local? I fuck with you guys, obviously. You and Sean.
Yeah.
You guys are fire.
Appreciate that.
I got some beats you'd probably fucking body, bro.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about that.
I'll make you a pack.
Yeah.
But I like I love a lot of Pittsburgh cats, man. I love Reese Yonin.
Yeah.
I love Fed. I love Chevy, obviously.
Yeah.
I love, who else is there that's fire right now? There's this dude, Save Someone. He makes like kind of hyper pop, like real experimental, like very much like very produced music, but it sounds sick as fuck.
Okay.
And it's dope. It's like he's mixing like rock, like punk and grunge influence into it, and then chopping it up and making it like super digital and shit. It's super fire.
Definitely gotta check him out.
But shout out Camp Yola.
Shout out Camp Yola.
But who else is there that I fuck with a lot? I don't know. Like I always have my ear to the ground as far as what's going on in Pittsburgh and shit.
That's important, bro.
Yeah.
It's important, and it's good to network with those artists, especially if you appreciate what they do.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's such a small circle, you'll be surprised they probably know about you and what you do. And if you reach out to some of those guys sometimes, they're like, oh yeah, hell yeah, let's work.
Yeah, no, I mean that's the goal, man. Is like I love Pittsburgh so much. I just want to like, I don't know. I always tell my girl this because we'll be talking, or like anybody who tells me, who's like, dude, you're gonna be a star one day and shit. And I'm like, bro, I don't give a fuck. Like, I just want to make my money and then duck off and just make music. Just not
be a Buddhist type, like
I want to like
out in the woods making music.
Like I want to have a real prolific run throughout my 20s, and then once I'm older, settle down and just start building other artists and shit, and kind of stay in the background.
Yeah, hell yeah, that's hard. No, it's important to stay in that too, bro. Like doing music because you love to do the music, and a lot of time you'll find out if you're making music for other people or for other purposes other than like the fact that you love to do it, it'll take a lot of that love away.
I've gone through that shit before, bro. Like I remember last year was crazy. Like I had a lot of opportunities that I could have built on that I kind of just self-sabotaged myself from because I kind of just got lost along the way. Like I don't know. It kind of got to a point where I was like, all right, I know I have this like chance to fucking be in front of a lot of people and get my music in front of a lot of people. And I think in the process, I kind of strayed away from making shit that I wanted to make and trying to make shit that's more palatable.
Yeah.
And I kind of just, I don't know. I had the worst writer's block for like 7 months straight, bro. I didn't record shit from like July until probably a couple months ago.
Yeah.
But I don't know. And it was just kind of a crossroads for me where I had to learn to just not give a fuck.
Yeah.
And just do whatever I want to do.
That's important.
Yeah.
Yeah, and don't lose that, man, because like you already experienced it. Like you'll start to not love it, or the love will be different. Not that you won't love it as much, but you'll start to lose sight of that. So
it started feeling like work for me.
Yeah, that part.
And I hate that shit. Like I never want to not be excited about music.
Yep. Speaking of work, so we spoke about Modi and Friends. I know you performed at the first Modi and Friends, and you performed at the second one. Have you had any other live show experience? Of course, the Shonsky.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Show.
I had grandmas up front doing this shit. It was so fire.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But yeah. So I played besides the two Modi and Friends, I played Shonsky's Christmas kickoff, and then I played with my boy Lurk, co-headlined a show in Beaver Falls.
That's fire.
And we I played on that. We sold it out.
Yeah.
It was like a 50 cap room. Yeah. We sold it out.
Hell yeah.
That shit was sick. They had like a mosh pit for me and shit. It was so tight. But
what made you guys go up there out Beaver Falls? For those who don't know, that's like a couple hours away from.
He had a connection one of his friends had a connection to the venue,
Okay.
so they set that up for him. And I mean, it's a great place. Like, it's a rehearsal space, but they play shows there too.
Mhm.
Super intimate, just tiny ass building, but it was so fire.
Yeah.
It was so fun. But
You got any plans on doing any more?
yeah, I got a bunch of shows coming up. I'm playing
Plug those shits, bro.
yeah, shout out the Beater Boys real quick. My guys, shout out Sauce, shout out Katie, shout out fucking Ryan, super tired. Shout out Andrew. Shout out fucking there's so many people on there. Shout out Steve Miles. Those are my guys. But yeah, so super tired is having a cookout show June 17th up in Punxsutawney
Okay.
that I'm going up to and playing. And then I'm playing another one. I forget the date. Like, I'm not locked into that one yet, but he's looking for people, so I'm thinking I'm gonna play that one. And then I'm playing let me find the date for Ellis's show.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout out Ellis too. That's my guy.
Yeah, a lot of those guys were Modi your friends as well.
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
No, that's the fire thing about Modi and Friends, bros. We all just became. I've known Ellis for a while. Like, we've been kicking it. I've been going to his crib and making music for a little over a year now. But yeah, we just fucking like we've been boys for a second. But everybody else on Modi and Friends, like, we all just became friends through that shit.
Yeah, it was a dope concert, and like you said, it was that because Mo was personally associated with all of the artists that came there.
Mm-hmm.
And shouts out to him for putting that together so people could network and do those type of things. And artists, you got to remember to do that. Like, don't be too into yourself that you can't associate with these other artists and work with these other artists and grow your fan base along with their fan base. Do one hand washes the other type deal.
Egos are corny as fuck in this shit, bro.
Corny as hell,
You're not
bro.
too cool for this shit.
You're not too cool. And you'll find like a lot of the bigger artists who should have egos don't. And that's why they're successful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've seen artists who have like names and reputation take time out of their day with random fans to come up to them and show them love. And the thing you'll find is like fans remember that and they'll tell other people about that and try to get other people into it. And a lot of time you can get in your own way with a bad attitude. I've had artists that I love that I've met in person and leave a bad taste in my mouth, and I'm like, I'm never listening to that again.
Yeah, nah, that's like, I don't know. They say don't meet your idols.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've met a few people I really look up to, and they've all been really sick. But I mean, there's a lot of truth to that, man. There's a lot of artists. The other problem too is there's a lot of artists who have a little bit of buzz, and they might be like, they might have something for them going yet, but they think they're fucking popping, bro.
Yeah.
And then they think they're better than you, and you're not worth their time. And it's just like, it's so corny to me, man. Like,
They'll
we're
try
all
to put you into the fan category.
we're all in this shit together. We're all doing the same fucking thing.
100%.
It just sounds different. And I mean, at the end of the day, like, we're all just trying to eat.
100%, bro. And we're trying to cook. We're trying to cook for the people too, right? We're trying to make music that the people will love too. So, did you find the other date for the show?
No, I
definitely
can't,
want you to plug it.
bro. He didn't post it yet.
Okay,
It's in July though. It's on a Saturday. I think it's I'm about to look at the calendar. Fuck it.
Yeah,
I'm about to just guess this shit. I believe it's either on the 15th or the 22nd down at Rhythm House Studios. My boy Ellis, private party show.
Yeah.
I'm on the bill, so come through.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
check
a
your mans
vibe.
out. So we're gonna go play "Bad for Me."
Bet.
You wanna introduce this one? Tell us a little bit about this before I get into it.
Yeah, so I made this song last March.
Okay.
And I sat on it for a long ass time. It's funny as hell actually, because I made that shit and then I sent the link to like 2 people because I played it in the car and they're like, this shit fucking cranks. Like, I need the link. That link got around so much, bro. Like, they might as well just leak this shit.
Yeah.
Because no, it was crazy because it was in my like, I had it. That was before I was using Dropbox to like keep my vault in check. So I just had like a SoundCloud playlist of private shit, and that shit had like 200 streams privated.
And you're probably like, what the hell?
No, for real. I was just looking at it like,
happened to
what the
this?
fuck are you guys doing,
Yeah.
bro? But I finally finished it up, mastered
Were you mad
it.
or happy, Loki?
I was stoked, bro. I knew, like, I know that song's special,
Yeah.
but and it's definitely one of the catchiest songs I've ever made. But yeah. So I just finished up the mix and I mastered it, and the song's just kind of about I wrote it in a way that it's like it can be applied to I can't talk, bro. Applied to a relationship.
Sure.
But it's just about addiction.
Yeah.
About vices and shit.
Yep.
Trying to kick a habit like kicking a fucking toxic ex.
Yeah. Being bad for you. Let's get into this bad for me.
I think I need you when the pain hits. I think that someone needs to take you off me. But when I'm with you, I feel weightless. So if you kill me, tell my mom I'm sorry. You slipped something in my cup. I just breathe you in my lungs. You're gonna take everything, and I think that I finally know. And maybe you're bad for me, but I still can't stand when it's over. Not taking me back, I'm a fiend. I don't know how to live when I'm sober. And I keep reaching for you when it feels like I'm going through hell. But I still hate your bitter taste. I'd rather be caught up with anybody else. Okay, you always see me fucking wasted. No, I don't think you even like me, baby. But when you're gone, I get so jaded. If you're not here, it fucking drives me crazy. You won't let me walk away. I just watch you dig my grave. You're gonna take everything, and I think that I finally know. And maybe you're bad for me, but I still can't stand when it's over. Not taking me back, I'm a fiend. I don't know how to live when I'm sober. And I keep reaching for you when it feels like I'm going through hell. But I still hate your bitter taste. I'd rather be caught up with anybody else. Now I can't breathe if you're not in my hands, but I would rather suffocate than see your ass again. And maybe you're bad for me, but I still can't stand when it's over. Not taking me back, I'm a fiend. I don't know how to live when I'm sober. And I keep reaching for you when it feels like I'm going through hell. But I still hate your bitter taste. I'd rather be caught up with anybody else.
It's bad for me.
Bad for me. It's streaming on all platforms.
Yes, sir.
So I know you and your man Connor been locked in for a minute. You got the new music up. You got any new visuals playing?
I want to lock in with my boy Sauce from the Beater Boys a lot.
Okay.
He's nuts too. And I still want to lock in with Connor.
Of course.
Like he's just day one. Like we've done so much shit together. We used to just post up in his fucking basement and cook up for hours on end. And,
Hell yeah.
We used to just, so we'd like shoot a video, go home, and then he'd do like half the editing, and then he'd tap out and I'd do half the editing, and we just put that shit out. But yeah, no, I definitely want to lock in on visuals this year and doing videos and shit, because I don't know, like I'm really passionate about a full like presentation musically and putting shit out.
Like an official rollout type.
Yeah, like just having like just like cohesive shit and just like being able to consume something in every aspect.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like as far as visuals go, like I have a bunch of cool ideas.
You want to be accessible to the people.
Yeah, I want to. Well, and also just like putting out videos. Like a lot of kids don't put videos out, man. And I think that I don't know if like people's attention spans are necessarily there as much for videos anymore. But
Right.
regardless, like I just love being able to like build something completely cohesive and conceptually like flesh things out.
No, that's important, bro.
Yeah.
The visuals are important because you have a lot of times like you'll hear a song, but you might not, it might not click with you, and you'll see the visuals and you're like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah, that's happened to me a bunch of times.
Yeah, same. So it's important that you're putting together the full package, and you're doing it the right way. And for you to be an independent artist, someone who's self-taught in a lot of these areas, still learning along the way, like you're making a lot of smart decisions along the way. And you popped up on my radar, and hopefully we can open you up to some new fans.
Hell yeah.
And get things going. What do you have planned for the future? Any new releases coming up? Any dates that you can give us?
Yeah.
You spoke about the show upcoming.
Yeah, so I got I'm dropping a new song Friday called Joyride next Friday. I got like 7 songs. I'm gonna Bad for Me was kind of the first single, and I kind of had this idea in mind for a while, but I had some other, I wasn't ready to drop the rest of the shit yet. So yeah, I got like 7 other songs that I'm gonna drop throughout the summer, and then I'm gonna group them all together as a project. And then I'm really trying to, me and Mo are really trying to lock in. We're gonna make something really special for the end of the year. I want to put out some kind of project type thing. And I definitely, we don't have a date locked in yet, but I'm gonna play a headliner at Rhythm House in November.
Oh, dope.
At the end of the year.
Yeah, I'll definitely be there for that, bro.
Yeah, I'm trying to have like as many people as I can fit on the bill to make and still be able to pull it off. Like I want to have everybody just come out and throw a fucking rager, bro. Because every time we're in there, it goes nuts.
Yeah, man, it's a vibe for sure, bro.
Yeah,
it's a vibe for sure. But once again, man, I want to thank you for coming out, spending your time with me.
Hell yeah, thanks for
Hopefully
having
you
me,
had fun, man, and
it's a blast.
Want to do it again. I appreciate you, and hopefully the people get to know you a little bit better, and I certainly did too.
Hell yeah.
Thanks, man.
Good looks, dog.